Hey guys, welcome. Today we'll be talking about numbers in Python. So what are these numbers? If you really think about it, numbers define everything that is going on in this world, right? They go from 1 plus 1 equal to 2 to all the X-Men movies to how fat this cow is, right? And then they go from Earth to Moon. Like I said, numbers define everything. In Python, we have integers, we have float, and we have complex number. Integers are positive or negative whole numbers with no decimal point. You can see here. Floats are real number with a decimal point dividing the integer and fractional parts. 5 is the integer, 3, 5, they are fractional parts. And complex number, they are of the form a plus bj. Guys, we are familiar with the form a plus bi, where I is the square root of -1. Here j is nothing but I. When you give for like numbers like this 45.3j, Python will consider this is the imaginary part and it will consider the whole thing as a complex number. Guys, please check this link. Here you can see numeric type, integer, float and complex. You can see here all the operators and all things. So if you talk about memory allocation, when you create a variable like a equal to 20, 20 will be stored at some memory location, memory address will be created for that, and now a will be pointing to that memory address, right? What happens if we create two or more variables with the same value? Like this, we have created b and c. They both have the same value, that is 20. Now what happened? Here these new variables b and c will be pointing to the same memory location towards which a is pointing. That is, this is the memory location of 20, right? All the variables we have created with the same value will be pointing to this memory location. Now what happens if we create another variable and then assign the this variable, this a, to that variable? Like this, we have created b and we have assigned value of a to that. Here b will be pointing to the same memory address, towards which a is pointing, just like the previous operation. Now what happens if we change the value of a to 30? Earlier we have created like a was 20, so 20 was stored here and memory address for 20 is this and a was pointing to this memory address. 30 will be stored at some different location and memory address will be created for that location. Now a will be pointing to this new memory address, which is the address of 30, right? You can see here. So in real life, we do many operations on numbers, like we add them, we subtract them, we even do multiplication, division, we compare them. So we perform those kind of operation with the help of different kind of operators, like arithmetic operator, assignment operator, conditional or relational operator, logical operator, and bitwise operator. Guys, we'll be talking about each and every operator in a separate video. Here we'll be only talking about arithmetic operator. So what are arithmetic operators available in Python? You can see addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, float division, exponent, modulus. You can see here we have taken a equal to 5, b equal to 2, a plus b 7, a minus b 3, a into b 10, a divided by b equal to 2.5. When we use division, we'll get the float value. Like you can see 5 divided by 2 will get 2.5. But when we use float division, we'll get only the integer value, not the float, only integer. You can see here. So you can compare the operation with this. You will get to know how we got these values as output. You can see here both a and b are integers, right? So what will happen if we'll take one integer value and one float value? Like this, all the results will be in float. As you can see here, we have used a single operator for a single operation, right? So what will happen if we take more than one operator for a single operation? Like this, we have combined it, multiple operators: addition, exponent, subtraction, the multiplication, division. What will happen now? How Python will calculate this? So for this, Python will be following BEDMAS rule. Here B is brackets, E stands for exponents, D is division, M for multiplication, A for addition, and S for subtraction. You can see the priority, priority is given like this. Python will first consider everything that are written inside the brackets. Then it will go for exponent, then it will go for division, then it will go for multiplication, then addition, and at the end Python will operate on subtraction. Here are some examples: a equal to 5, b equal to 2, c equal to 10. If we perform these operations, we'll get values like this. It will be -3, -8, 95, and 93.5. So now we'll be talking about math library. Math library consists of many functions like factorial, power, square root, radians. To use the math library, we have to first import it. To import it, we'll use import math command. Then after importing it, we can use all the functions that math library has. You can see here math.exp5, that is nothing but e to the power 5. Math log 100, this is nothing but log 100 base e. Math factorial 5, this is nothing but 5 factorial. You can see here, guys, you can go to this link and you can find all the operators that math library has. You can see operators with description. So guys, let's talk about random library. This library is used to generate a random number either from range or from a list or from my tuple, right? So here, to use the random library, we have to first import it. So import random, then this function random.random, it will create a float number, a decimal number from 0 to 1, where 0 is included but 1 is not included. Here we have given a range from 1 to 10 and we are using randint. The output of this function will be an integer, and here 1 is included, also 10 is included. And here rand range, this function also give an output as an integer, but here 1 is included but 10 is not included. The 10 is the limit we have given, the higher limit. And if we are using random.uniform, we have given a lower limit and higher limit. You can see lower limit is included here, 1.5 is included and 10 is not included. You can see the output of these two functions are integers, but the output of this function is a float. We have created a list here and we are using random.choice and I have given the list as input. What it will do, it will choose one item from that list. So basically every time you use this function random.choice, it will pick one item randomly from the list and it will give that item as an output, right? So these are the outputs you can see here. So another function random library has, it's called seed. When you use like random.seed, you can give any value. 20 is not default, you can give 20 or 30 or 100, anything. So when you use random.seed, let's say 20 and then random.random, what will happen, this seed 20, it will remember the output of this command, right? It will remember the output of this function. So next time you are using both together like this random.seed20, you will get the same exact value which you got earlier here, just like this. It's the same output. So import random, then random.seed20, then random.random. Now you have this value, right? 9.9 something, and when you use both together like random seed 20 and then random, you can see you are getting the same value. So if you change the seed number like okay, here seed number to 30 and then you execute random.random command, you can see you are getting the different value. But now if you like execute random.seed30 and then random.random, just like this 30 random.random, you are getting the same value. Here these two values are same and here these two values are same. Now if you execute random.seed.20 and then random.random, you can see you are getting the same value. So basically whatever value you are giving inside the seed function, that is acting as a mark. So for the same value, when you execute random.random, you will get the same exact output. you can see here, right? So I hope that is clear. So guys, thank you for watching this. Please like and subscribe. Also, you can share. I hope I helped in this video. See you soon.